Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Muscle Monday. Today we're going to be talking about the levator scapula, or as the fancy people like to say, the levator scapulae. Anatomy time. So the levator scapula, the origin. So where does it start? It starts at the transverse process of the superior 4 or 5 cervical vertebrae. Its insertion is the superior vertebral border of the scapula, and its action is to elevate the scapula and rotate it downward. Its nerve supply is the dorsal scapular nerve and the cervical spinal nerve. And I will talk about why this nerve supply and action is so important here in a second. One more quick thing before we get going again. Look where the attachment point is on the cervical spine. We have C1 through C4 right here. So this muscle goes up from the middle of the back into the neck right here. Alright, y'all, so I know that was a mouthful, but it's important to know our anatomy. So next, let's go through some of those terms. So in our action, or what this muscle does, we said we had elevation and we had downward rotation of the scapula. So what does that mean? So your shoulder and your scapula are two different things, but they're connected through this piece right here. So we're going to go through this. So downward rotation is where the point on the shoulder rotates down like that. Elevation is when it goes up. So downward rotation, elevation. You notice if it downwardly rotates, this part goes up. So to downwardly rotate, your scapula has to elevate. So I know I said earlier that we're going to talk about the nerve supply. So we have the dorsal scapular nerve and we have the cervical spinal nerve. So what does this mean? So we have nerves coming off the neck. But if you look at our origin, we have 4 or 5 cervical vertebrae that have attachments to this muscle that goes to the middle of our back. So maybe our back discomfort or our neck discomfort isn't actually coming from where we said it is. That's why knowing the anatomy is important. So tune into Wellness Wednesday as we talk about self-care tactics that we can take to eliminate discomfort to this muscle. As always, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you Wednesday.